Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 1 of my full review of Zombies. I'm starting with my personal favorite game, and most of the community's favorite game as well. If this is not your favorite game, let me know down below why, and what is your favorite game. Hold up. If you are not subbed to the channel, help me out by helping yourself out. I'm giving away a free PS5 on February 28th. To enter, all you have to do is hit the sub button. I mean, how hard can it be? It's the big red one down there. Kind of looks like this. Thank you guys for the support. We are almost to 50 subscribers in the first 2 weeks. That's huge for a small channel, and thank you guys. So I hope you enjoy this video. Alright, this should be no surprise at all. My favorite game for zombies is easily Black Ops 3. I mean, these were the good old days. I mean, this was before COVID, before Black Ops 4, and before Easter eggs were solvable in the first 2 hours. My favorite map is, and I mean, this is going to be a surprise to most people because everyone's like, oh, Derise Drag. But my favorite map's actually Gorod Krovi. And I'm going to tell you why. Here's my reasoning. And what other map do you get to ride dragons? I mean, freaking dragons, dude. I'm playing. That's not the only reason it's better. But come on, dragons inside zombies is cool enough. Then you get to actually ride one when you go to pack. I mean, that's pretty cool. Treyarch, big ups to you guys for making this a thing. Let's start with the first thing that I'm going to rank these maps on. And the first thing, I have 3 categories I'm actually going to rank them on. But the first thing I'm ranking them on is map design. A good map needs to have good map design. And I mean, good places to train, not too easy to train, cool design, and make you feel like you're actually there in person. So I'm going to start with that. The design of this map is honestly pretty close to flawless. It has a new room for pack. It has the dragon to ride, of course. You can't miss the dragons. Dragon constantly flying. It includes an Origins robot that's been destroyed, and it's now a trap. Like, how cool is that? That's a really good touch. And I know you guys have probably played this map, but you're probably just here for my opinion. And I think that this map is pretty amazing in map design. The sewer's also really cool. The starting room's not too hard. It has a dead dragon with its guts everywhere, which is kind of graphic, but it's really cool. So for that, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. The next thing I'm going to rank it on is the Easter egg, and that's the steps, including the boss fight. But oh boy, let me tell you about this one. This is not some easy Cold War Easter egg that feels like a damn participation trophy. No, this is a full-grown man Easter egg, let me tell you. It's meant for good zombies players, and if you're not good, it'll teach you to be good. It'll teach you new ways to survive and new ways to train. And this Easter egg will push you over. It will frustrate you. It'll hurt you. It'll kick the shit out of you. But that's a good thing. And you may be like, why? Why is that a good thing? You're not thinking straight. Why is it a good thing? Well, that's simple. And my answer for that is, when you beat it, it feels like you actually achieved something. I beat Cold War's Easter eggs, and it's a walkthrough. I've never been a speedrunner before, and I can do it in under 30 minutes, or 38 minutes almost every time. And it shouldn't be like that. But tell me when you've beat a Cold War Easter egg and thought that it felt as good as beating Black Ops 3 Easter eggs. Nothing's quite the same as a Black Ops 3 Easter egg. And that's why it's my favorite game. But this Easter egg includes a boss fight, a good one. And you know what it starts off with? It starts off with a dragon. So that's also another reason I rank it so high. And if you couldn't tell, I really enjoy the dragons. I mean, that's pretty obvious. For the Easter egg, I'll rank this a 10 out of 10, honestly. Just because of how difficult it is and how good the steps are. I mean, the steps aren't easy, but there's steps where you have to find 6 different pieces, which aren't easy. You have to incubate an egg, do lockdown steps at Pack-a-Punch, just to get the trophies. And I feel like that's a really good touch. But then after you do that, you have to do challenges for each of the trophies, which I feel like is also a really good touch. I think that challenges and trials have always been a thing in zombies, and I think including that is a good thing, especially to complete the main quest. And the storyline on this map is really good. It has a Maxis drone. It tells you a bunch of stuff. So that's why I gave it a 10 out of 10 on that. So the next thing I'm ranking it on is replayability. And with this Easter egg being so difficult and very hard and tedious and just frustrating, but for a good thing, it's a good, tedious, and difficult and has good touches. But the replayability is high on it because you're not going to beat it first try. You're not going to beat it the second try. You're not going to beat it the third try. It'll probably take you 5 attempts. It's just not something you just jump on and can beat, and it's just like an easy walkthrough. If you're looking for an easy walkthrough, go play Cold War. It's super easy, and that's what that game's good for. I feel like D-Machine, easy. Firebase E, super simple. So if that's what you're looking for, is just an easy one, go do that. I recommend that, actually. Because it is so hard, you have to play it over and over. So the replayability is already high. But once you do beat it, what's the replayability like then? I mean, for me, I still find myself wanting to play. I mean, this map has the PP. Pause. Not the PP you're thinking of, but this PP. But it also has the Ray Gun Mark III. No other map has the Ray Gun Mark III except for Custom Zombies. So I can either search around for a Custom Zombies map, which will probably have a bug, and it won't work quite like a full Treyarch map will, or I can just jump on Go Rod, play that over and over, and use the ray gun. And yeah, you have to get it from the box, but I actually get this thing from the box almost every game, so that's not a problem. I've honestly fallen in love with this map, and the replayability actually gets an 8 for me, which is good for a zombies map, because most time when you beat a zombies map, you don't want to do it again, especially Revelations. I mean, I don't want to run around for 10 hours just to find a rock, you know? So that's why this replayability gets such a high ranking. So a big question is probably why not Derise Drag? And the only thing that kept this map back for me was honestly the replayability. And I replay this map. I'll play it every now and again, but now that I beat it, I don't find myself wanting to play it as much. And I've beat it like 5 or 6 times. I love making the bows and seeing how high of a round I can go on. So that's why the replayability is still up there. But it's just not the same as Go Rod. I had to play Go Rod probably 50 more times than I had to play Derise Drag just to beat the Easter egg. Because I would start playing it and I'd die, or I'd mess something up and I'd want to start over and beat Go Rod. So the replayability on that is higher for me. But Derise Drag still came in at 1 point lower than Go Rod. So it was half a point lower than Go Rod in the long run. But Dir's still a great map. There's not very many. There's one not so good map on Black Ops 3, which I'm going to get to in a minute. But still, I hold a special place in my heart for Dir. And it really shaped how Easter eggs are played now. They need a boss fight. Wonder Weapon's a good thing. All that sort of stuff. So yeah, Dir's still a good map. On to the worst map on BO3. And this shouldn't really be a surprise to anyone. And it's not a surprise to me that I didn't have a hard time picking one. And it's Zetsubou no Shima. Now I'm going to start off saying that Zetsubou's not a bad map on any other Call of Duty game. It's a really good map if you put it on BO4. It's a really good map if you put it on Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 1. It's even a good map if you put it on Cold War. But up against Shadows of Evil before it and Derise Drag before it, you get Zetsubou next, and it's a big letdown. I don't really enjoy the spiders, the little ones at least. And I feel like they really didn't capitalize on the big spider boss fight. It could have been a really good fight. It could have been intense. I mean, that could have been the main boss fight. Instead, the boss fight was really just like fighting a tree and shooting it with the KT-4 over and over, which the KT-4 is a great weapon, and that's a really cool weapon, and I enjoyed it, but it's just not for me. The Easter egg steps, fairly lackluster. Some can be real irritating, like shooting the big gun at the plane. It's very frustrating. And I can honestly say once I beat it the one time, I haven't touched it again. I don't play it. I don't say, oh, I'm going to hop on today, and boys, let's go run some Zetsubou. That sounds like a great time. No. If I'm jumping on, I'm playing something else, and it's not Zetsubou. I had to actually buy it back because I had it on my old account, so I had to pay $10 just to get some gameplay on this, and I'm probably not going to play it again. And that's just the truth of it. It's just not a great map where they put it. If they would have led BO3 off with it, probably a great map. One of the best first maps ever, because I know BO4, it had good maps, but the bugs ruined it. So that's why this map could have been great. It was just bad placement. On my overall scoring of it, map design, it's pretty dark, it's pretty gloomy. And I mean, it gives you like a eerie zombie feeling, but it's still below average, you know? It just feels kind of too dark, not enough colors, and kind of dry, if that makes sense. So I gave it a 6 out of 10 on that. Just because it's average, you know? It's like a D. I mean, you passed, but it's not great. Next on Easter egg, I already talked a little bit on it. Not great. It's very weird. It doesn't flow very well. It's pretty boring, and for that, I also gave it a 6 out of 10. I mean, at least it had a boss fight and a wonder weapon, and it was decent. Last was replayability. Now for this, I have to give it really low. I gave it a 2 because I don't play it ever, and I would have gave it a 1, but that seems a little harsh. So, I mean, take it as you will. Never mind, screw it. It's a 1. The replayability on this map's a 1. I'm not going back to it. I'm not playing it again. So, that's mainly why Zetsubou was the worst map on BO3. It's still not a bad map. It's just bad placement. You can't... It's like taking a great game like Black Ops 3 and putting it up against like Call of Duty Ghosts. It's just, they don't line up. It's nowhere near, it just doesn't fit. So I feel like they could have capitalized and made a better map and put it in here for it, but it's not going to be terrible. So that's going to do it for my first review here on the series. Gorod takes home the dub and Zetsubou gets the L. Big L. Big one, let me tell you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you made it this far, thanks for watching. But don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 100. My goal is to hit 100 in a month. So if you can help me do that, that'd be great. And remember, it's the big red button down below. It looks just like this. Thank y'all. Have a great day. And I'll make sure to catch you in the next episode.